Okay, you're at the Watchman Way, home sweet home, Las Vegas Strip. Uh, I'll probably talk about this a little bit later. But I got a great deal. Most places were, especially on the 4th, is like with Saturday, right? Most places are over 200 bucks just for Saturday. I got 5 days for 300. Pretty good deal. And we've been doing really good at the poker tables. Up 1,300. Played for like 4 hours last night. Played for 4 hours this afternoon. Up 1,300 bucks. Not bad when you figure it out by the hour. Who knows? Maybe I'll stay here. There is a lot going down. I don't know how much you guys have been paying attention to social media, but I just watched like 3 prophecies from different people, and they're all over the place. From pretty dead on, one, to outer space and a couple of others. I think what's happening is this spiritual energy is building. And people are picking up on this and misreading it. And a lot of it is because misinterpretations of the Bible, purposeful misinterpretations of the Bible. Not these people in particular, but the people who taught these people. End times. The world's going to burn up. China and Russia are going to invade. Horror after horror after horror. It's all bullshit. People saying they have dreams or they saw this or they saw that. God, I'm going to make it really easy. I've been doing this for over 5 years. No one, not even Mark Taylor, and then I'll tell you, Mark Taylor, everything he has predicted, we have been dead on together. But he's very limited in what he talks about. We cover everything. Everything that God showed me almost 6 years ago, more than 5 years ago, everything I've been talking about for all this time is happening right now. There is no one you can name who is coming close to as dead on as we've been in the range that we've been in. We're covering everything. The economy, the swamp, satanic pedophiles, banking, finance, geopolitics. No one can hold a candle to what we've been talking about, the scope of what we've been talking about, the accuracy of what we've been talking about, and it's all being proved right in front of our eyes right now. There is nothing to fear. We are going through the greatest spiritual awakening in mankind's history. This is a very good thing. Mankind is ascending because of this. But fear holds us back. That's what the deep state, the globalist, the satanic pedophiles, that's what they want. They want us living in fear. That's what all this crap's about, the virus and the mask and the COVID-19 bullshit. It's as plain as a nose on your face what's happening. You just have to know how to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And when you start from the wrong perspective, you're going to end up in the wrong place. And that's what's happening to these people. They're trying to look at what's happening today like it's the end times. I'm going to 100% guarantee you, we are not in the end times. We are going through a spiritual Armageddon right now. Most of it played out behind the scenes with what the military's been doing with these deep underground bases and taking down the swamp and these satanic pedophiles. This is all coming out in the next few weeks. Every day I'm seeing more that's pointing to this coming down in July, probably by the middle of the month. I'm talking about everything. Tell me somebody else who predicted that the swamp would drain, the worldwide economy would collapse, and the satanic pedophiles will be exposed within a few weeks of each other. Let alone that all three of these things were going to happen. No one. You can't name one person. Silver, Litecoin, Carbon 60. My God. Everything that's happening is for the betterment of mankind. I watched one woman today, hysterical, that Jesus was going to leave us behind or leave her behind. And oh, God. The way is the key. I am going to guarantee you, if you're following the way, if you're putting others first, if you're living your life in the service of others, Jesus will not leave you behind. He might leave the ones behind that are misguided, who are on the wrong track, on the wrong path, being led astray by false prophets. But if you're following the way, if you're doing the right thing every time, if you're telling the truth every time, if you're living your life in the service of others, treating others with respect, no violence unless it's in self-defense, Jesus will not leave you behind. God will not leave you behind. It's maddening that this far into it, people are still on the wrong track. Man's greatest age. That's what we're headed into. Man's greatest accomplishment of defeating this evil. Listen, if you don't understand satanic pedophilia and its role in the world, you don't understand anything about the church or spirituality. You cannot understand the world today unless you understand satanic pedophilia. About who's involved in it, about how widespread it is. Former U.S. presidents, many, the Pope, the royal family, the most powerful, the wealthiest people in the world. 50,000 are going down worldwide. And people are worried about the election? It's a freaking joke. 90% of the vote. If you don't understand that President Trump is going to win with 90% of the vote, your head is up your ass. How much clearer of a picture do I have to paint for you? This is not the end times. We're going through the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. That's what physical silver and Litecoin is about. Forget gold. Forget Bitcoin. Physical silver and Litecoin. Man's greatest accomplishment of defeating this evil, these satanic pedophiles that have run our world, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Paysours, Soros, Obama, the Clintons, the Bushes, all satanic pedophiles, torturing and murdering our children, 800,000 a year in America alone. The CIA running breeding farms. The cute kids they sell for child sex trafficking. The homely kids they sell for their body parts, organ harvesting. That's a fact. And the FBI covering it up. It's all coming out. God. If you don't understand these things, you need to dig. If you don't understand the role of satanic pedophilia, the people that are involved, the power that they wield, you don't understand anything about what's happening in the world today. Because unless you understand that's the driving force behind everything that's happening, including the virus, including the attacks on President Trump for 5 frickin' years, it all boils down to the same thing. The satanic pedophilia. That's why he wins 90% of the vote. Christ, he could win 90% if they had the election today without it. What do you think's going to happen when people see Frazzle Drip? When they see Hillary Clinton butchering an 8-year-old girl, torturing her to death? People ask why I'm angry. I'm frickin' angry because the world is too far behind. These things are happening in our world today, almost over. But they've happened up to now because we had our heads in the sand. We had rampant cognitive dissonance, normalcy bias, people not wanting to look because they're too comfortable in their own lives. You're the people that are going to be left behind. If you're too wrapped up in your life and not thinking about others, not thinking about these kids, putting them first, you're going to be left behind. You can't be selfish now. You want to be selfish? See where that gets you. Can't call yourself a Christian unless you're putting others first, especially right now. When you start doing this, your life will change. Guaranteed. Get on the right path. Get on the way. Oh, God. God and President Trump have this 100% in control. The only issue is, where are you going to fit in this picture? Is your ass going to be left behind? Are you going to step up? Are you going to man up? Are you going to do what God wants? Because this is a time for Christians. This is it. This is your chance. You know, it's real easy to talk this shit sitting at home. It's time to do something. It's time to quit playing it safe. Time to change your lives. Time to make this real. Talking about it doesn't make it real. You have to live it. It means going out and finding ways that you can help other people. When you start focusing on that, all this other distraction and bullshit is going to be gone from your life. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel about how you're living your life and how all this other stuff that's been controlling your mind, poof, is gone. Because then you understand what's important in the world. And the virus is not important. It's a freaking joke. It's about to be exposed as a joke. Attempt to take President Trump down. A lame attempt. Anybody who's buying it, wear your mask, protect others. Bullshit. Not in America. We're ruled by the Constitution here. The Constitution comes first. If you're not standing up for the Constitution, move to China. Move to Russia. God expects patriots and Christians to stand up. What are you going to do? No more playing it safe. No more not speaking out because you're afraid what your neighbors are going to think or your friends. Listen, if they dump you because of talking about these things, you don't want them as friends. Not now. Maybe in the future, if they come back and apologize, see the error in their ways, and I'm going to guarantee you, most of them will, because they're going to wake up. They are going to be force-fed their red pills. No one is getting away from this. You can't hide from it. You can't run. There's nowhere on the face of the earth you can go to get away from this. This will be on the news, whatever that ends up being, 24/7 worldwide for months. You want to go live in a cave for a year? You might get away from it. But if you're going to live your life, no one's going to escape this. Your red pill is coming. Face it. Don't run from it. Running from it's going to get you left behind. I don't think you can know about this and keep your mouth shut and be standing very good with God when it's time for you to answer how you live your life. Think about that. You know, it's easy to go to confession if you're a Catholic or go to church on Sundays and think that you're doing right by God. You got another thing coming if that's what you think. Because that doesn't make you a good Christian, going to church on Sunday. Number one, Sunday's not the Sabbath. Saturday is. That's another thing that was changed. On and on and on. We have been lied to. We have been manipulated for thousands of years, including religion, including the Bible. You can argue any point using the Bible. Any point. The crazy thing is, we're almost there. We're so close. For the people who have been lagging, you're getting it easy. Trust me, you're getting it easy. Try fighting this battle 5 freaking years ago. When nobody was talking about the economy, nobody was talking about satanic pedophilia. People looked at me like I had 3 heads. This is a cakewalk now. Yeah, people have cognitive dissonance. They're lashing out. But the success ratio is 100 times better than it was 5 years ago. People are flocking to the Watchman, to the Way, because they see what's going on. They see something isn't right. God is poking them, prodding them, trying to get them to wake up. If you're here for a reason. God wants you here. God wants you to speak out. Now is the time. Every person matters. Every day matters. Every minute matters. Red pill and prepare. Do not focus on the election. Do not focus on the Second Amendment. Do not focus on free speech. President Trump is taking care of all of that. Red pill and prepare. It's the most important work you will ever do in your life. You're changing families' lives for generations to come. Never in history have we been able to have this kind of an impact. Never. Never again will be able to have this kind of an impact. Think about this for a second. We're setting up the world for good to take control of every aspect. Religion, finance, politics, government. Good will reign over evil. How much clearer do I have to make it? Preacher out of Kentucky. Prophetic dream. End times. Not going to happen. China and Russia going to invade us. Not freaking going to happen. Total devastation in America. Not going to happen. We've seen the worst of it. There might be some more shootings. There might be some flare-ups. The worst of it is over. They're not going to take over our country. They're not going to get President Trump out of office. They're not going to assassinate him. God showed me his hand on President Trump, guiding and protecting him. President Trump isn't going anywhere unless God has a different assignment for him. That's the only thing that's going to change this. And I haven't got the word yet. There is a slight possibility with Nasara that we could see some kind of changes in our political system for the better. That's all going to play out how it's supposed to. Here's what I know is coming. The first ever worldwide economic collapse is coming this year. Probably any time. A reset is coming this year. Whether it's Nasara or President Trump just declares it. The satanic pedophiles are being exposed and will be eradicated this year. Now, the process might go on longer, but most of it's going to be done this year. The swamp draining 500,000 worldwide. That includes the pedophiles, but it's everybody. Justice is returning to the world. The rule of law is returning to America. God wants justice. President Trump wants justice. Justice is coming. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, nothing's ever going to happen to him. It's happening right now. If you don't see it, you're not looking. Time to step up. Time to do God's work. Time to wake up as many friends as you can. Not thinking if you're going to lose them or not. Remember, it's planting seeds. Even if you have an argument with one of your loved ones or friends, you've planted a seed. When this manifests itself, any of it, oh my God, this is what Jerry was telling me about. They're going to call you. That's what's happening right now. That's why all these people are coming back to us, because things they heard me talking about 5 years ago, oh my God. This was Dan Bohan. To the T. They're coming back in droves. The same thing's going to happen with your friends and family. Very soon they're going to realize that you were trying to do right by them, and they're going to appreciate it. What are they going to do if you don't reach out? You don't try. And they find out that you're in this movement, but you didn't bother to let them know what to prepare for. How's that going to make you feel? You have to reach out to all of your loved ones, all of your friends. Let the chips fall where they may. In the long run, it's what God wants. In the long run, they're going to understand why we've been doing these things. And they're going to appreciate why we were doing these things. Because we've all been sticking our necks out here. We've all been targets. We've all taken the crap, the abuse. Part of the job. Don't whine about it. Not going to do any good. You're better off letting that fuel your fire to do more. That's what I've done. I just turn it around. Not going to depress me. Might get me riled up, but that's a good thing. You know, I know some of you guys don't like when I get riled up, but that's what it takes sometimes. We're not going to get this done by singing Kumbaya. It's not going to work. It takes warriors to do this work. Warriors. Mentally, spiritually, more than physically. That's what it takes. All of you are here, whether you realize it or not, because you're warriors. It's time to step up. It's time to go warrior mode. For however long we have left, we need to push through. We need to get as many people as we can. Every person that we get prepared is one less that President Trump has to worry about. And it makes us that much stronger during the recovery with all that extra Litecoin and silver. Think about it. We have people investing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Single individuals. Tens of thousands we've reached. We're going to change the world. We're changing the world right now. Now's not the time to let up. Now's the time to drop the hammer. Pedal to the metal. No regrets, no fear, no worry. Push forward. Don't get discouraged. We're here for each other. We're here to lean on. That's the thing that people appreciate most about the Watchman is the camaraderie here. That we pull together. We don't pull apart. There's power in unity. The country could learn something from us. The country is going to learn something from us. This is just the beginning for the Watchman, guys. I am getting message after message after message. Huge things are coming for the Watchman. Huge. Monumental. I get chills. I get chills thinking about where we're headed next. It's awe-inspiring. We're changing the world, guys. You don't change the world by playing it safe, by being careful. Nothing great was ever accomplished by being careful. It's time to be bold. It's time to stand out. Even though it makes you a target, now is the time. You can't wait any longer. Days or weeks before this all blows. China and Russia are not going to attack. I've gone over this too many times. It's asinine. China can't. China's committing suicide if they invade America. They're finished. Russia wants no part of it. Putin's not going down that road. Putin's too smart. Doesn't need it. He's taking care of Russia. China should do the same. And listen, there are deep state elements in China. I believe there are white hat elements in China also working with President Trump. This is all going to work out with China, with Russia. Just wait and see what happens. No EMP. Keep talking about, I heard somebody else. Oh, the Chinese EMP weapon. We've got an EMP weapon. Again, China's going to destroy us so they can destroy themselves. They need our dollars to buy their junk. They've got to feed 1.5 billion people. Can't feed them if they don't have our revenue streaming in to their country. You have to look at the... When people start spewing this bullshit, you have to be smarter and look at what it would take. Okay, they're saying this is going to happen. What would it take for that to happen? Usually within 5 minutes, oh shit, there's no way it could happen. That's how most of the fear porn, the distractions they're talking about, that's how most of it is. I mean, just think about an EMP, a nationwide EMP. There's only a handful of countries in the world that could accomplish that, and none of them would want to, because it would hurt them also. The good thing about the world today is it's a much smaller place. We're all interconnected, much more than we were 100 years ago. We rely on each other much more than we did 100 years ago. It requires cooperation, not competition. Certainly not war. With the globalists out of the way, we're going to have peace on earth. We're going to have 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. We're going to have man's greatest age. Greatest transfer of wealth in human history. Focus on that. When you're talking to people, you don't want to win people over. Show them the bullshit in the globalist mainstream media talking points. All the horror they want to talk about. Smoke and mirrors, lies, deception, distraction, divide and conquer. That's what this is all about. To divide countries, divide people within countries, divide religions. Everything that's happening is for our benefit. God and President Trump are 100% in control. Nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. Can I say anything more positive? And I sometimes wonder if I'm it seems like it goes in sometimes one ear and out the other. I know with the Watchman that's not true, but anyway. One of these people was talking about, again, you can't eat precious metal. Can't eat gold or silver. Bullshit again. All you have to do is look at recent history. 2 years ago in Venezuela, where there's not a pet left on the street. There's not an animal left in the zoo because they had to eat them all. This is Venezuela, socialist country. Had one of the top economies in South America 10 years ago. There's no pets left in the country today. 2 years ago, an ounce of silver bought enough food to feed a family of 4 for 6 months. So don't tell me you can't eat silver. That's what you're going to barter with. Because people are going to be looking for real assets. If they've got something of value that you want, they're going to expect something of value in return. Trading cigarettes or ammunition. What else have I heard? 1,000. Toilet paper. You won't be able to beat silver. You will not be able to beat silver to barter with. Because less than 1% of us is going to have to fire a shot. We need ammo, extra ammo. We always prepare for the worst. The worst is not coming to America. We're going to get through this pretty clean. Nobody's going to starve. You might go hungry. Your kids might not eat every day if you're not prepared. There might be shortages in the stores. But the stores will, I think, always have some kind of food. May not be what you want, but it'll keep you alive. You want to eat what you want? Get prepared. Then you can eat what you want. If you're going to live off of President Trump's forward thinking and his preparedness, you're going to get what you get. The point is, you control it right now. Do you want to be at anybody else's mercy when this goes down? Because you remember, there's still some negative elements within our government who we can see right now with what all these governors are doing. Globalist governors and mayors destroying their cities and states with their actions. Do you think, like in Arizona, where we've got a clown closing everything down again, or California or New York, that these governors are going to come to your rescue? They're not. President Trump will. But, again, it's going to be survival mode if you're getting that food. You don't want your family to have to take that food. Get them something they want instead of something just to keep them alive. You control it today. You control who you reach out to. There's a lot of power that comes with that. You're changing lives. Make sure you change as many as you can. Saw something today about the virus and 5G, and 5G is to trigger the virus, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think that's true. And again, President Trump wrote an executive order over a month ago now, I think. He seized 100% control of 5G technology in America. I just announced yesterday, Huawei and ZTE banned from America. Negative 5G will not be allowed in America. President Trump isn't going to allow anything long term. Now, you can say, well, how come he's letting them, force the mask on us? That's part of the plan. That had to happen. Because look what's happening with the exodus of the moderate Democrats leaving the Democratic Party, because they're seeing this horror show play out in real life. What socialism in America will look like. And they don't like it. Leaving in droves. Thousands a day leaving the Democratic Party. And you're worried about the election? You're wasting your time. Focus on red pilling and preparing. If you're not focusing on that, your friends are going to suffer. Because if you're not going to do it for them, who is? Think about that guilt. as you're living high on the hog because you got ready, but some of your loved ones didn't because you thought it was going to be too difficult to broach the subject. Remember, in the way, we do the right thing. And a lot of times, the right thing seems like it's the hard way to go. I'm going to tell you, in the long run, it's the easy way to go. You can't believe, especially when it's one of those things where you cringe when you think about having to do it. Just think about that nasty aunt or uncle and the things they may say to you. I'm telling you, usually it's not as bad as you thought. I've had so many experiences in the last 6 months where I bit the bullet and I did something that I thought was going to be harder, and it was easier because I took it head on and I told the truth instead of trying to sugarcoat it or put it off to the side for later. When I took it head on, it became easier. A burden was lifted off of me. Trust me, you're going to feel so much better about taking on these last few hard targets that you have left because you didn't dodge them. You did the right thing. No matter how it goes from there, God knows what you did. He's also going to know if you didn't do it. So think about that. This is crunch time. You know, it's easy to be a Christian when it's all picnics and parties. Not so easy to be doing God's work in today's world. Do you want the easy thing or do you want the right thing? If you're here to be a better person, if you're here to live your life the right way, to live your life in the service of others, to tell the truth every time, to do the right thing every time, you're in the right place. All the watchmen are in the right place. All of you are here for a reason. God guided you here for a reason. So step up. Show God you're worthy of His calling you to this work. It's not me. I'm the messenger. I'm not the one calling. This is God's channel. This isn't my channel. I let this roll. You know, God is guiding me. And sometimes these messages are maybe hard to hear. Sometimes they're hard to deliver. But I don't have a single regret of this last 5 years. Keep saying, hardest thing I've ever done, the most rewarding thing I've ever done. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I've given up virtually everything that was important to me 5 years ago. It's gone. No regrets. It's not about doing the easy thing. It's about doing the right thing. That's what God wants us to do. So do the right thing. Jesus, I had 2 pages of notes today. I could do a 3-hour show tonight. I'm not going to. Be wary of people, including me. Use your critical thinking skills. Question everything I say. Try and prove me wrong. That's what you need to do with everyone, because there's a lot of people out there right now claiming to be doing God's work, delivering God's messages that are way off track. Use your critical thinking skills. Look at what they're saying and dig into what they're saying. See if it makes sense. I'm here for you guys. If you have any of those questions, 707-696-4188. I may not pick up. Leave a message. I will call you back. And by the way, there have been a couple of people that have called about um, firearms training. I haven't forgot you. It's just that we don't have anybody to connect with you right now as far as people in your areas. So it's not that I don't appreciate you getting a hold of me, but I will contact you in the next few days or week, just to kind of give you a status on where we're at. But we definitely need more, guys. The problem is that we're too spread out. We need, 3 or 4 or 5 people in every state. So please, if you've got those skills, you don't have to be certified. This is just about getting people safe to handle their firearms. We're not expecting to make SEALs or Marines out of anybody. We want people to be comfortable with handling their guns safely. So anybody that has those skills, please get a hold of me. We need to get a list going and get it out for people to contact us. Also, the crunch is on, guys. We absolutely need people with computer skills to help out, to help Kevin, to help Lisa. We're getting behind, and the rush hasn't even started yet. We probably need at least 5 more people that can help with the ledger, the Litecoin, and this is stuff you could be trained on. If you're computer savvy, you can do this stuff. Get a hold of Kevin or me. Kevin's phone number is 702-325-9258. Okay. The good will get better. The evil will get worse. It's crazy out there. Spiritually, it's crazy. I want to reiterate. Armageddon, the ultimate final battle between good and evil is going on right now in the world. Mostly in the spiritual. There have been a lot of shots fired. There have been nukes deployed. Most people don't have a clue. 99% of the world has no clue what's been going on, are going to be totally blown away when they see the scope of this operation. It's been going on for over 3 years. Just wait. All of this is coming out. The swamp, the pedophilia, the people involved, everything that's been hidden will be known 100%. Now, it might not be tomorrow, but a lot of it's coming this year, and over the next couple of years, all of it's going to come out. The manipulation of the banking system in our government, the IRS, the CIA, the FBI, JFK's assassination, the CIA, Bush 41 planned it. Oklahoma City bombing. Yeah, we did that. 9/11. Yeah, we did that too. Saudi Arabia, Israel helped. It's shocking. It's chilling that elements in our own government would murder 3,000 Americans to generate a Pearl Harbor type event so that they could use our misguided patriotism to destroy the Middle East, to create the Muslim refugee crisis, that Soros had boats ready to haul all these people from the Middle East to Europe, and then they were coming here. On and on and on. Story after story after story. The Iran deal. The $160 million kickback to Obama and his buddies. I think Merkel got some of that. And Macron got some of that. Biden got some of that. It's all going to be exposed. The money laundering in the Ukraine. Our deep state running the North Korean nuclear program. All of it is going to be revealed. Our history, where we came from, the history of religion, the manipulation of religion, all going to be exposed. This was all about controlling us. And it's over. It's our greatest accomplishment. Defeat. We shouldn't have never. They control 90% of the wealth of the world. How did we do this? God is how we did this. God and President Trump. The right man at the right time. Yeah. I want the world to compare. In 12 months, I want the world to compare what we've been doing for 5 years with all these other people and what they said was coming and what they did to help. I want to compare it. I'm proud of the direction that we've taken, the things we've been doing, the help that we've given people, the comfort that we've given people. Nothing, yeah, I keep saying, God called me when I was 59 years old. I'd rodeoed for 39 years. I thought I was the luckiest person on earth to do what I loved for almost 40 years in a sport that the average career is less than 10. I got almost 40 years. Was lucky enough to have some accomplishments. I thought that was going to be my legacy. That's what I was going to leave behind. And what I've learned in the last 5 years, it was all insignificant. Not a drop in the bucket compared to what we've accomplished as a group the last 5 years. Not a drop in the bucket. You know, I'm proud of what I did, but when I look at that and the person I was, self-centered, egotistical, selfish, yeah, I accomplished some things. Means nothing. Absolutely nothing compared to the work that we've done in the last 5 years. Thank God he called me, because it would have been a wasted life. My life would have been wasted if that would have been the extent of it. My rodeo career. You know, I raised 3 beautiful girls. I'm proud of them. You know, but my accomplishments, my personal accomplishments, the way I've led my life, up until 5 years ago, when I look at the things I did, there's no comparison. Absolutely zero comparison. It's a footnote. This is what I'm going to be remembered for. I'm proud to be remembered for the work we've been doing. I thank God every day for calling me to this work. Okay. See what we got for questions. John, what's up? Yeah, we can't get angry at these people, guys. We have to understand where they're coming from. We've got to take the high road here. We've got to set the example. Listen, people have pissed me off in the past. People have called me a lot of horrible names. For the most part, when I'm doing this work, you know, and there's a fine line there because you can't let them interfere with other people's knowledge and interfere with their learning curve. But I have no grudges. Not a single person. I don't care what they said. I forgive all of them. And will welcome them back with open arms. And will do anything I can for them. That's what we have to do now. That's going to be the next phase, is forgiving. And stepping up. And that's, remember, these are the people that we are preparing for extra food. I've got enough for 25 people for 6 months. Enough ammo for a platoon. It was for the people who either didn't get it or ignored it. The loved ones, the friends. Can't hold grudges. Got to take the high road. My daughter right there. Going, Rory. Well, listen, you can't, there's some people that you're just not going to get to. If they're loved ones, and I keep telling people, if you've got that person you love dearly but just isn't going to listen to you, you got to get extra. You have to cover them. You got to cover them with Litecoin and silver. And the good thing is you don't have to cover them with very much, right? You know, one Litecoin could handle, you know, a whole family, basically. We're talking about $3 million is what some analysts believe. I think that's conservative in 4 years. One Litecoin, $42 today, $3 million by 2024. You don't have to put out a lot to help a lot of people. But after having said that, get as much as you can, because the more you get, the more people you're going to be able to help. It's all about paying it forward. There are going to be shortages everywhere. Listen, do you think it's an accident that there were many food processing plants that were hit hard by the virus? That was not an accident. They planted the virus in those processing plants so that they would shut down. They plowed under millions of dollars worth of food products. Chickens, grains, because they didn't have a way to process it. It was engineered. They want a food shortage. That's what they wanted to get us through the food. Not going to happen. Financial blackout in Canada, Africa, and Ireland. This whole economic system is ready to implode any day or week, guys. I keep saying, by mid-July, most of this is going to be settled. You're going to be amazed how quickly we move away from the virus. Because we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks, the virus isn't that big of a deal. we got a lot bigger things to think about than the virus. Candace, how you doing? Jeff, what's up? Eileen, hello. Candace, Roxanne, Marin, how you doing? Yeah, listen, China isn't going to overstep their bounds, because Russia and America will be there if China wants to expand their empire while the world is going through this. You know, they might think, oh, well, they're distracted, so we could go pull a fast one somewhere. Not going to happen. Listen, guys, Candace is talking about, giving money to the homeless people. There's two ways to look at this. In the Bay Area, where they're pretty jaded, there were a couple of stories done about, panhandlers, standing out on the street corners in the Bay Area, collecting hundreds of dollars a day, and then going into the parking lot and getting in their brand new BMW. There are those people out there that do that. But the majority of them, that's not the situation. They don't have anything. For whatever the reason. Personal problems, drug problems, psychological problems. I'm not a judge. I see somebody standing on a street corner asking for money, and I've got money to give them, I give it to them. I don't care, and I don't ask if they're going to use it for drugs or alcohol. It's not my frickin' business. I see someone in need, and I try and help them. We need to get away from policing. We're not policemen. We're not judges. God is the only judge. We should be there to comfort fellow man, fellow patriots, fellow Christians, fellow humans. I mean, when God gave me this, He didn't say, just deliver the message to Christians or to patriots. Deliver it to as many as you can. No gender, no sexual preference, no religious preference. Because God knows the spirituality that's come into the world. It is going to rock the world. The Way will be the biggest religion in the world by 2040 because people are dying for something like this. They're crying for something like the Way. I get chills every day thinking about our future. Every single day now, I get chills. Try taking that journey. Imagine what we're going to do, the things we're going to influence in this world with what we're doing. We're going to change the world. We, the watchmen, are going to change the world. Man's greatest age, 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. That doesn't give you chills. Something's wrong. That's awesome, Donna. They were watching The Watchmen in the hospital? Wow. Okay, Jerry, time for you to step up. We need help. Call Jerry, call Kevin, please. Cousin Monica, how you doing? Tell your mom hi. Lisa, how you doing? Lisa finally got her ledger loaded today. Good, Lisa. Maybe you can help other people too. Whoa, whoa, slow down, guys. Missile defense systems. We're going the wrong way here. We're going to need less of that crap, guys, because what's going to happen when we ascend? The whole world is going to ascend. We're going to get away from the espionage and the dirty tricks and the distractions. We're going to get along better in the world when the evil is removed. We won't need defense systems. Defense from what? Our friends and neighbors? That's the world we're headed to. You got to quit thinking in the old paradigm. That divide and conquer bullshit goes with the globalist. It's over. These are the people that are responsible for the evil, for the war, for the destruction in the world. They're being eradicated. We don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. Cecil, what's up? Amen and thank you, Cecil. Wendy, hello. Dennis, hello. David, what's up? Listen, guys. Again, there's going to be a very short window as we work through this process over the next couple of years that we'll have to be militarily prepared. But there's going to be a shift away from that in the world. Trust me, that's where we're headed. A huge shift away. Melissa, how you doing? Diane, hello. Yeah, we all should be proud of President Trump. He will go down as our greatest president, bar none, no one close. He's going to be credited with saving the world and our constitutional republic. Of course, you know, God's had a pretty big hand in this too. But God and President Trump, I should say. Because God doesn't get this done without, President Trump doesn't get this done without God. President Trump, I believe, is a dead man if God isn't protecting him. We're going to find out over 10 assassination attempts on President Trump over the last 5 years. At least 10. Thanks, David. Pam, hello. Thanks, Dave. Suzanne, hello. Tita, thank you, Tita. I appreciate that. Jean-Marc. Thank you, Jean-Marc. Shelly keeps saying I put her to sleep the first time she heard me, and that's a good thing. Okay, I'm going to take it as a good thing. See you, Dennis. Suzanne, keep trying, Suzanne. Don't give up, guys. Keep pushing till the end. Doesn't matter what they think of us. Let them think what they want. Keep pushing. Ignore what they think. Keep doing God's work. Take comfort in knowing you're doing God's work. You're doing the right thing. Push through that pain. Listen, Australia has nothing to fear from China. America and Russia will never allow China to invade another country. It's not going to happen. The world is changing, guys. I'm right on the virus, guys. Yeah. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Yeah, we all kind of have that same voice, Monica. Listen, don't think I'm trying to minimize. This is the most important time in man's history. This 10-year period, the last 5 years and the next 5 years are man's greatest 10 years. No other time in history compares to this 10 years. It's going to be studied for thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. Till the end. Whenever that's going to be. Not in any of our lifetimes. We got at least 1,000 years, guys. And we are all God's children, no matter color, race, creed. I'm okay, Jerry. Just a little wound up. Joan, how you doing? Timothy, what's up? Dennis is back already. DK. Well, here's the problem. DK is asking about switching the Watchman to Parler. The problem with Parler is it's not big enough yet. And that's kind of, I think, what the globalists want. They want us on platforms that don't have any reach. So that's the only reason I can see us being involved with Parler, but just as another option, not as a main option. You know, we're on a roll now with what we're doing. It's only going to get better because I have a feeling within the next couple of months, I think we're going to be taking the Watchman on the national scene. We're going to get a boost from somebody important, I think, in the next 2 months. Just wait to see what happens. I've been getting all sorts of messages about this, guys. It's about ready to blow. In a good way. Something's building. Roger, what's up? Niece and nephew, Alan and Michelle, how you doing? Thank you, Melanie. How's it going, Roger? Chrissy, hello. Serene, hello. Eileen heard they killed 2 of Trump's clones. That wouldn't surprise me in the least. Larry saves all the live chats to keep spirits up. That means a lot to me, Larry. Thank you. Rebecca, how you doing? Barbara, hello. Susan. Ramsey just bought 20 more Litecoin. Good job, Ramsey. Deborah, hello. We got to be ready for the fight, guys. And the fight is more for us. It's the psychological fight, right? Winning people's minds over. Finding a way to get through to them. Sometimes, you hit them with a club. Sometimes, You hit them with a carrot, right? It depends. The carrot or the whip. It depends on the person. It depends on the time. It depends on your experience, right? Because as you do this a little bit, you learn how to handle people in different situations. So it's all good. If you're doing the work, God's happy. Okay, guys, that's all the questions. We've gone over again, but I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. Remember, we got to keep pushing. We got to stay strong. We got to stay united. There are going to be elements and people who try to divide us because they're afraid of our message. They want to divide us. Our message is of unity, is of pulling together to defeat this evil. They hate that message. It's what they fear the most. Keep pushing. Keep the pressure on these monsters. It's almost over. Let's finish it strong. I'm going to leave it there with our prayer. For God and country, amen. I'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.